Every speaker and writer knows that finding the perfect story and anecdote to hook listeners or readers into their message is a time-consuming task. But it is imperative if you want to gain and hold their attention. Stories must make your point stick in the listener's mind and help them keep awake. After all, the Constitution of the United States guarantees us the right to speak, but it does not guarantee us an audience. What makes a speech grab and hold us to the speaker's message like a peanut butter stuck to the roof of your mouth? Some speeches could make us laugh or cry, and I think we never miss the point. Here's one about a young 7th grader who had the assignment of bringing Patrick Henry's great historic address at a PTA meeting. He stood up, trembling before all the parents, and everything went well until he got to his great line where he said, "Give me puberty or give me death." Now, using illustrations and stories will surely make our teaching and preaching sparkle and shine. What is the greatest speech, you might ask? I would have to nominate Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. In my lifetime, however, I think Theodore Roosevelt's declaration of war against Germany ranks high. There are top 100 speeches of the 20th century by rank, compiled by researchers at the University of Wisconsin in Madison and Texas A&M University in 1999 that reflects the opinions of 137 leading scholars of American public address. It ranks the I Have a Dream by Martin Luther King Jr. as number 1, followed by John F. Kennedy's inaugural address, and on and on. In the third and fourth place comes the first inaugural address and a war message by Franklin Roosevelt. What part of speech is greatest? Answer: the superlative adjective of great. What is the greatest factor of 100 speeches? These speeches lifted hearts in dark times. These speeches lifted hearts in dark times, gave hope in despair. Surely they changed hearts and minds. There are several attributes of good speeches besides being fun and inspiring. The speeches were above all relevant and uses words that were simple and readily understood by the audience. It was for a purpose and with style. The speaker is real and authentic. He speaks of things that were true and uses anecdotes and interesting stories. Much more, the speaker is confident of what he says and passionate about the subject of his speech. It is a condensation of his thoughts and ideas, enriched by years of reading. There are speeches, as we said, that changed the world. Of all of Lincoln's speeches, whether greater or lesser, the only one that can be said truly to have changed the course of history was delivered to the Republican State Convention in Springfield, Illinois, on June 16, 1858. The utterances that have come down to us, graven in bronze and in stone, like the Gettysburg Address and the Second Inaugural Address, are profound meditations on human experience. In the midst of the horrors of destruction and death, in amidst the turmoil of the passions of war, they are designed to reconcile us to our faith by discerning the hand of God in events that might otherwise seem merely chaotic. Although the speeches arise out of particular events at particular times, they draw the curtain of eternity and allowed us as time-bound mortals to glimpse a divine purpose within a sorrow-filled present and tell us how our lives, however brief, can nonetheless serve a deathless end. The House divided, however, was perhaps more than any political address of the time a causal event in bringing about the terrible events over which Lincoln was destined to preside. Its theme is expressed in biblical admonition that the house divided cannot itself stand. In it, Lincoln declared that he believed that this government cannot endure permanently half slave and half free. He said that he did not expect the Union to be dissolved or the house to fall, but he did expect it to become all things or all to another. Slavery must become lawful in all the states, north as well as south, or slavery might be so placed that the public mind shall rest in the belief that it is in course of ultimate extinction. The Lincoln message was that a point of decision had been reached. One path or the other had to be followed, because no middle ground exists no longer. The South knew very little about the Lincoln who became president-elect in 1860. What they did know, however, was his policy aimed uncompromisingly at the ultimate extinction of slavery. Lincoln adopted the non-intervention policy. From the point of the South, none of Lincoln's non-intervention policy was trusted by the Southerners. Why did Lincoln pose the alternative of slavery and freedom uncompromisingly? The struggle between the South and the North started in the plains of Kansas, where in 1857 a Ram Convention of Delegates framed a pro-slavery constitution. There ensued the battle royal with the Free Soil forces and the Congress, championed by none other than Stephen Douglas. With this development, the Republicans threw their support on the opposition. It was believed that Douglas' shifting of his stand was called the gravest crisis of the Union. Had the Republicans not supported Douglas, Lincoln's political career would have come abruptly to an end, and there would be no Lincoln-Douglas political battle. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ray Hinojales. I am here to give to you some ideas on how we can make money online through online marketing. I got a boss, a superior, who is having a program that could generate tons of money. It's not scam, and you are free. It's free for you. You don't have to bring your credit card or debit card. It's free, 100%. And truthfully, I'm telling you that if you do this, you click my website, it will lead you to greater and better or successful internet business.